Hello.
Hey everyone. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and we'll get started with the session. So let's give some time for everyone to join. All right, let's get started in a minute. Let's see if anyone else joins. I don't want to waste a lot of time on a Saturday night, so we'll make it quick. I'm just waiting on one of my teammates to join, so bear with me. All right. While we wait, mm, we're waiting for. Oh, she's here. All right. I think we can get started. Um, Hey everyone, welcome to the session. We'll make it quick. Uh, this is a info session about what GDG is and uh, what you have to do with it. Why do you have to care about us or the organization? We quickly run you over all of the basic things, and we'll open the board for questions towards the end. Um, we sort of also go over the agenda in a couple of minutes again. But that's just an overview if you're waiting. That's what you have to be expecting out of this session. All right. I think we should get started. Benita, can you take over?
Thank you, Fernandra.
Sure.
A very warm welcome to those of you who have joined us today for the event. Moving on to the next slide, that is, let me tell you about GDG. That is, it's our first session, so we, as the team, have planned to give you an intro about what our club is. So, in this session, I would be discussing about the agenda of our program today. So, introducing you to the program, that is, why are we hosting this group or club? Okay. So basically, joining one can help you learn, grow, build, and network of like-minded individuals as coming study jam. We will know the vision and mission of this club, meet the core team members, and as we move forward, we will know more on how GDG works and how those of you who are interested can join us. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. GDSC, which is a Google Developer Student Club, is now called Google Developers Group on campus. So today we are starting with a couple of students, keeping in mind this group might get stronger and bigger. Through this group, you would have more opportunities for you to develop your skills and grow. The perks of joining this group would collaborate you with the industry experts in the future who would make you guys skilled developers. Let's move to the next slide. As I told you, our GDG group at GW would focus on learning, sharing, collaborating with Google technologies and experts. To give an overview of what this is, uh, Funny, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So to give you an overview of what we are going to gain from this group is peer-to-peer learning, solving problems as a team, and to bridge the gap from campus to corporate. Moving on to the next slide, we have the global community. That is, after getting all these, you would be a part of the global community where you get to meet organizers and experts from diverse technical background. Now, my friend Fanindra would give you more details on what our team is going to do.
Okay. Just as a refresher to what she had just told, we are basically acting as a bridge here for the GW students to sort of connect with all of the industry leaders, tech experts, and the fellow students. And how we do that, why we do that, all of the things will be covered in vision and mission. But this is just as a small segue to just give you an understanding of what we do. We act like a bridge. We provide the community that is needed for students to sort of uh, get that exposure and be able to be a part of the community that we're trying to build here. Okay, now I will ask one of my friends, who's also the core member of this committee, to talk about the vision and mission of GDG.
Hey guys, this is Prithvi. Um, the vision of GDG is to create a community of students where students can connect with each other and collaborate with each other and grow. We will provide all the resources that you need to tackle the real world challenges, which is a crucial requirement to get better and get the competitive edge in this competitive world. Can you go to the next slide? And our mission is to create a community where we help the students to connect with each other and provide resources to them so that they can, I'm sorry, provide access to resources, training and workshops to them so that they can.
Uh, all right, I think he's having mic problems. I'll take it on from here. Good old technical issues, all right. On a Saturday evening, we're doing it online and we have technical issues. Fantastic. What a great setup to be in. All right, so our mission is basically so to summarize what we have in the mission and vision section is vision is where we want to what we want to see our GDG at in the next 1 year, and mission is what are the steps that we're going to take to get there. And our view is that we build a community that is a self-sustained and also sort of creates a very inclusive environment for all of the tech developers who are sort of this curiosity is the key vibe of this community. That's the whole vision that we have for this club. And the way that we're going to do this, I'm going to go into more details now. Yeah, how we get to the vision that we have. So how GDG works, and this is also sort of this could be the single most important slide that you might be interested in listening in the session today. We have not introduced ourselves or anything. We're just talking about the club so far, only to let you guys understand that we value your time, and only if you're interested after this slide, you might want to consider continuing forward. All right, let's see what we have and what are the things that we can do and what separates us from the rest of the student clubs within GW. So we do the regular events and workshops. So pretty much the basic things that most of the coding communities do. So we organize events like work, let's say fun trivia nights, networking events, just random quiz and a pizza kind of events where you just hop in over the weekends or something, and then you sort of connect with people, play a game or something on the tech related game, and then just sort of have food, enjoy, and then go home. That's sort of the summarization for events. Workshops are basically our way of doing workshops is sort of different here. The why I want to emphasize here is that the way we want to do workshops is not just by doing 2 hours, learn Python in 2 hours. We don't want to do something like that. We want to rather have people learn something and then build something out of it, and then take that, whatever they build, home and then sort of publicize it, right? So we focus on practice over theory. You can learn on also much theory and only apply it a little enough, you won't have enough exposure. So we try to tackle that problem with workshops. Workshops might be the best shot if you're just starting out, if you're in your first semester or in your undergrad. This is just might be the starting point that you're looking for to accelerate your growth in the field. And after that, we have collaboration with local organizations. What do I mean by that? Local organizations here has a large scope. So we already have connections with most of the coding-based organizations within GW. So we have a lot of friends within GW Coders, GW DSA, DSSD. We are partners with most of the organizations. So we are already a good organization, positioned ourselves with a lot of fellow communities. And after that, apart from that, within what we have within GW, we also have collaborations within the Washington, D.C.'s GDG chapters. So if you remember from the beginning, we had a naming convention change from GDSC to GDG. The reason why they did that is to sort of previously GDSC used to be a standalone daughter entity for Google developer groups. So when you go back to the slide that Benita was talking about earlier, this is the community of GDG. Half of it is cut down. I'm not sure why, but it's everywhere except for a few countries. It's almost everywhere. So this is a Google developer groups are usually a group of professional people. So it's not just students that are the members of these groups all over the world. These are real professional people with a lot of connections. These are the people who hang out regularly and talk about latest technologies and sort of grow together as a community. You get access to all of this. So if you look at GDG on campus, it's basically like a daughter for this parent organization. So we're not some random organization that is just getting started out at the end of the semester. We are we are a community that is built on top of a pre-existing ecosystem. I'm not saying communities, there's a whole ecosystem behind it. You would not understand until you see one of the in-person events. What are the things that we can do? There's a lot of ecosystem that we have beneath the GDG organization within GW that you're seeing today. So getting back to what I was saying earlier, uh, that is what I meant with local organizations. You get all that exposure network, which usually is not something that you would not get that you would get from other organizations within. I'm not selling that we are better than them, but we are built on top of a pre-existing ecosystem that will by default put us in a better place. And we are all about collaboration. So that's why I mentioned to you all the other organizations earlier. And moving on, we have hands-on learning. I mentioned to you that we emphasize more on practice over anything else. So when I say hands-on learning, we refer to certifications and the online learning platforms that Google will give us access to. So when you listen Google, Google, Google multiple times, it might sound like we're selling some kind of Google products out here. We are definitely not doing that. We are basically a student-run community that is supported by a group of professional tech enthusiasts that is supported by Google. So we're basically learning technologies, all of the technologies that we want to learn, and then use Google's help to use those technologies and sort of apply the learnings that you got. So Google is just helping us to sort of apply the theory that we got in any of the workshops or keynote sessions that you might attend. So that's the good thing there. You get certifications, you get credits for doing online exercises. That is, most of the cloud-based exercises would require a lot of credits. And if you don't have enough money as a student, you would not be able to access the resources in the first place. With us, you have no problems. Google takes care of it. It's not that we are directly related to Google, but if we say we have a requirement for learning a particular technology, they will help us. That's what I'm saying. And when I say guest speakers and industry connections, I showed you the earlier slide with GDGs and Google developer experts. So we have access to not just professional people who are interested in building technology and all that. We also have access to Google Developer Experts, which is a separate program run by Google, where this is essentially the cream of the crop, if you will, wherein there's only about 1,000 people on this planet who are Google Developer Experts. And we have connections to sort of get them on board and have us give a keynote session or something like that. So these are cream of the crop, top tier industry professionals that we're looking at. And we do all of these things as a community. And why do I say that? Because we truly believe that we raise by lifting others. And when I say it, I mean it. You can only do so much all by yourself. You can only learn so much online and YouTube tutorials, but you will find yourself capping out after a certain point. The most of my learnings I got so far in my life is when I was talking to people and sharing my perspectives, sharing the things that we love in common. So that's where most of the learnings and perspective sharing happens, and that's why we do a lot of community work. You would realize if you were consistent enough to be a part of this community, you will understand why I say this. But this is a word that you might want to mark. Community building is the way to go. And online presence. This is something that we essentially want to have more focus on. Is that I see a lot of undergrad and graduate students who are trying to break into tech, They might not have a lot of experience building projects and all that. They're just getting started out. You could be in your graduate studies and you could be just starting out in some of the technologies. I understand, I've been there. So when you do stuff like that, when you're just getting started, it's very, very difficult to find a job. I hope most of you would find that relevant because it's not easy to get to get into the industry and find a place in the industry when you're just getting started out. So how we are going to tackle that problem is by creating that credibility for all of the members of this club. The whole point of online presence here is that we whenever we do an online event or an in-person event, we sort of make sure that you take home some of the learnings and you'll be able to sort of put that out there on your profile. So it's not like you've attended an event, you just say, oh, I attended this event, woo, post on LinkedIn. Oh, no, you don't do that. We give you better ideas. We give you better resources so you can post a more professional and interesting post. And guess what? We just don't do LinkedIn. We also do GitHub. We also help you build a better GitHub profile. We also do resume. We can also do resume review sessions. So these are all the things that basically, if enough people are interested to do a particular thing, let's say I want to build LinkedIn profile today. As a developer, that's a very important thing. Apart from learning all of the technologies, you should also focus on creating that online presence and sort of show this credibility to whoever company that you're trying to apply to. When they open your resume and click on your GitHub profile or a project that you've built, it should look nice. When it's not professional, that's the difference between professional or experienced people and us. That's why we say we take whatever these experienced professional people are doing and we get that and we do the exact same thing right now as beginners. So guess what? You do that for long enough, you'd be there sometime, but it will happen. That's the whole point that I'm trying to sell here. And apart from that, now let's get into the most fun and interesting part. These two are my most favorite in the slide, hackathons and competitions. So whatever you do, you learn, you apply the concepts, you solve a problem. But as long as there's not that competitive feel, like you're not winning. Yeah, do you feel me? When you not have that competitive spirit, like you have to be in a competition and do something in a short period of time. That is where hackathons and competitions are where you can do that. If you have that zeal or inner itch like me, this is the place. And guess what? We have DevFest. If you have not heard of it before, this is like a several day event with multiple agendas, multiple things going on at once. So these are the hackathons that where everyone will have something. It's not like if you're a developer or an undergrad student, you'd not get any value out of it. No, no, it's not like that. In hackathons that we organize, these are specifically in person. We don't like to do this online because it's the worst way to do it. So these are in-person hackathons, multi-day, multi-agendas, all the while the basic things like food, swags, oh, the Google Suite, Google Swags. Yeah, we do give them away. And we also have a box waiting for you guys for the next in-person event. So just in case, if you're interested, if you're not excited about all the other things that I've just said, but got excited about the swags, it's fine. We do have a box of it to give away. So our next in-person event, you're gonna get those sweet Google swags. And after that, this is the most important thing. It's not like this is what you might want to listen to if you're really interested in building communities. So our main idea is to not just be the core committee ourselves and keep the whole organization to ourselves and sort of dictate how everything happens within the organization. We want to rather build something that is more on a personal level. So if you want to, let's say if you are working on cloud technologies and you want to build a community that is laser focused on cloud. So you can form a subgroup. We facilitate you with resources. If you want credits for the learning materials, if you want venue, you want funding, we can facilitate for that. As long as you have enough people interested in joining that focus group and actively participate in it, we can facilitate that organized. So that particular focus group will now only get all the resources that they need instead of having to bother about all the other things that we as a huge organization do. So it's not like, oh, these guys are doing only coding, only workshops. Oh, I'm not here for that. Oh, no, you can form something. If you don't like something, you can create something that you like inside here. So that's what I think is the most important element in this slide. And moving on, we have the core team. Okay, all right. You heard me yapping for the last 20 minutes, I guess. Yeah, but you did not know my name, and I did that on purpose. So if you're still in the call, trying to understand what we do, now is the time to, I think, a better time to introduce ourselves and what we do for the organization and how we may further help you going ahead. So the first phase is me, the one who's yapping at you for the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I am the organizer or the president of this organization, so I do not uh, I don't want to boast about it, but the only thing that I do here is that I oversee all of the things that are happening, all the events. I'm just here to make sure that nothing is getting stalled out. I just make sure that things are moving. That's all I do. It's a fairly simple job. Sounds pretty posh, but it's a fairly simple job. I promise. Vice President Priyesh is one of my very familiar friends. You might know him if you are part of the GWDCs or if you're in the cybersecurity program. Uh, he's a very interesting person. He also runs a separate organization called GWDCs. He celebrates cultural events there and does all the tech stuff in here. So he also is with me whenever I'm not available. This is the person you might want to contact. And we also have faculty advisor. This is interesting because when you look at any other coding organizations within the university, they have all this uh, student run agendas and pretty much they're student run. But we have someone from the faculty as a part of the integral part of the team. So when you have any kind of curriculum related questions or doubts, we can still accommodate all of those and get you what you want. So we're basically acting like the bridge that I showed you earlier. We're trying to facilitate all of the resources that you might need to become that fluent innovator in future. And moving on, we have our financial officer. This is the person who takes care of all the funding behind the events. Her name is Danyasri. She's also on the call, but she's traveling, so it's sort of difficult for her to turn on the camera. It's fine. You might see her in person in the next coming events. It's fine. And we have the digital marketing officer, Tarun. This is the person you might want to talk to if you're really interested about the online presence that I was talking about. Just putting your name out there, building that credibility, and removing that fresher tag from your um, fresher or entry level tags from your profile. That this is the person that will help you do that. And moving on, we have a bunch of more people, a very important people indeed. I don't know why we placed them in the second slide. They should have been on the first one, but these are some of the really interesting people. Scheduler Udit is also a very important person behind the organization. He's sort of managing between all of the timelines with speakers and sort of bringing everyone uh, to sort of collaborate and participate on a particular date. So he does all of that nitty gritty details of sort of getting the event in place on time. And technical officer Prithvi, so this is the nerd that you're looking for in this club. This is the nerd that we have. If you have any technical question, approach him, shoot him a question. He will definitely have some kind of answer. If he doesn't know it, this is the kind of person who will sit day and night to find that answer. If you ask a curious question, this man will get you that. And coming to operations, we have Deepika as our operations lead. She is the one who is catering for all of the other domains within the organization, as in there will be a lot of nitty gritty details that you don't see as an attendee for an event. But these are all the back end stuff. If this person was not there, most of the things will go sideways and go rogue. So operations, very important role, doing a great job indeed. Uh, and we have events and initiatives. So this is the person you want to talk to when you have a new event idea or you want to do a, let's say, resume review session or a, let's say, LinkedIn profile review or a LinkedIn profile building kind of session. This is the person you want to talk to. She will get the idea to me, and then I can facilitate some kind of person for getting the event started and uh, make sure everything's happening and going as planned. So fantastic people we have on the team, and we're looking for more. If you're interested, if you think you're fantastic, if you can be a part of this team, um, we invite you. We have a section talking about that in detail at a later point, but that is pretty much about it. And okay, so you've heard me talking all this time, and I'm just at time. Uh, we're almost out of time now. Okay, cool. So you've heard me talking. Now you want to understand. Okay, you're excited. Are we excited though? I want to ask. Is everyone excited? Does this sound promising? Or did it sound like I'm selling some snake oil? You can mute yourselves. Oh, it's fine if you don't want to. But if you're interested, I'm hoping you are all interested because you stayed through the end of this call. I thank you all for that. So, as my thank you, I would like to share the invitation link. I'll ask Prithvi to share that. But if you want to join this organization, you'll get the link in the chat in a second. You click that, join the org, and then you're set. We'll send you out the notifications. You don't have to remember our name. We will bother you. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Uh, we will let you know once you're interested. You can join. And for those who want to be a part of the team, they can just simply reach out to this email gdsc.gw@gmail.com or fill out the link that we have, which is also going to be placed in the chat in a couple of minutes. Okay, all right. Since we're at time, I would like to open the stage for everyone to sort of ask questions. If you have, I hope you don't have any questions, but if you do, this is the time to shoot them. Any questions? All right, I think the links for the forms and the register, what is that? What the other link? Yeah, yeah. I think both of the forms are, both the links are in the chat. If you're interested, do fill them out. And I will just keep the slide open for a while. I'm hoping someone will have a question. And I'm more than happy to answer. Don't feel bothered to, don't feel shy. This is a happy community.
Hi Satya, Akash here. Can you hear me?
I don't want to push you guys though, so that's the point. If you're interested, ask a question. Or if you're not, if you don't have any doubts, you can just drop off and enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm going to stay here for a couple of minutes. But for those who are going to drop off, thanks for staying till the end of the call. We love you. Have a great weekend. Yep.
Hi Satya, Akash
All right,
here.
I'm
Can
going
you
to
hear
stay
me?
here for a while in case if you have any questions.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Is this first final semester graduate? Yeah, it's open for everyone. It's open for everyone. And the first link says no responses accepting. Now it should be accepting. We got it fixed. We got a fantastic operations lead doing all the job there. It's not me, it's the team.
Funny, I think there is
Oh,
Akash who
thanks,
wants to
Ganesh, for
speak to
the
you.
positive feedback. The least I could do. What do you
Can
guys
anyone
think?
hear
You
me now?
guys were staying. You want to ask a question or you want to give a feedback? Um, wait, I think the platform is not allowing you guys to unmute. Is that right? Oh, someone unmuted. Can you? Uh, someone talking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm on. I turned off my speakers and I'm so dumbfounded. I just realized it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I just want to ask, is there any
Mhm.
interesting projects you guys are working on right now? Or if I can find any GitHub links for that?
Right now we have a GitHub repository, but it is currently we just created that for creating a website. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so our first sort of sidekick project for this organization is sort of building that basic website for the GDSC club. And after that, we're going to ramp up to sort of moving on to other open source projects. But we want to do that on a basis of interest. So I just don't want to pick up any other open source repository or a project and then start and then push everyone around to sort of work on it. But rather, if there's enough people or if someone's really interested in working on an open source project, we can sort of run them through all of the basic things that they want to follow, or sort of invite all of the other members in the group to sort of join that open source project if you're interested. So if you are already working on an open source project and you want to have someone from the team or within the university, we can do the outreach for you and we can add them on along with you so you can collaborate on that open source project. And apart from that, if you're wondering what are the other events or the next upcoming events we're going to do, we're planning to do in a more sequential way. So just to make sure we are an inclusive community, we try to sort of build all of the resources one by one. So we are going to start out at version control, which is going to be basically Git, GitHub, and GitHub Actions. Basic stuff. Most people overlook it, but it's a very powerful skill that will just make your life so much more easier. So that's one thing that we're planning for. And then after that, we have the basic cloud series going on. So it will be a few weeks. It will be planned out across a multiple weeks, and you will have in-person sessions doing cloud-based exercises to get you familiar with it. So these are the basic events we're organizing that we have on the agenda, but we're not restricting ourselves to doing only those events. So we're open for suggestions and feedback, and we're also sort of facilitators for your needs. So if you have a particular topic of interest, you can shoot that, and we can facilitate what we can for you. If that answered your question.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I
Hmm,
heard like you're building the website, right? So I was also a part of building website for my undergrad university for GDC club.
fantastic.
So if you guys are looking for any developers like in React or something like that, I can help you out here.
Yep, sure. We will hit you up. What's your name again?
Akash,
I can't
I'll
see it.
send.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Okay, okay, okay.
maybe I'll follow up with your mail after this.
Okay. You met me in the DSA event
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah, gotcha. Cool. Interesting question. Yep. The answer is yes, I guess, for his question. The short answer.
Got it.
Yep.
And what about the facilitators? Is there any ML facilitator or app development facilitator, something like that?
Which one? Can you come again, please?
Yeah, usually GDC has facilitators, right? Like subject domain experts, like
Yes,
ML.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Right now, we're a short team of highly curious people, but we're
Mhm.
looking for more. That's when I said, if you're interested in joining and be a part of this community, and sort of, if you don't want to be on the other side as a member, you can hop on on this side and be a organizer and sort of do your own thing
Mm.
with the GDG tag.
Got it. Got it.
So you can be the facilitator you're talking about. We don't have one currently, but
Mhm.
you can be the one if you're interested.
Got it. Understood.
Yeah. And that goes for everyone too. So if you're interested in a particular technology and you want to advocate that technology, sort of teach that, so conduct workshops, organize events around that, we can take care of that for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Satya.
Cool. Any more questions? Let me check the chat again. The first link is still saying no response is accepting. Okay, someone said outside the. Okay, try reloading. Okay, that must be working now. I really hope it works. we don't have any deadlines for submitting these forms. Whenever you wake up and realize, okay, I'm gonna join GDSC today, that's when you have to fill the form and shoot the email, and you'll be on board. All right. Any more questions? I love answering questions, specifically the ones that I don't know answers to. Oh, that's sorry. Can you guys unmute yourselves? Like, is that possible? Like, I just want to know. I mean, like, so many people are here and then nobody's unmuting nor leaving. That makes it confusing.
Is there any hackathons coming by, like in near future?
See, right now we are basically out of the DevFest cycle, so we might have that later next year. But right now, we also are on a very hard sort of timeline because what happened is we are starting out now due to the other technical complications from GDG itself, due to the renaming and all. We started out late, and we are sort of in a position where we have final exams, project submissions, assignment submissions, all due in the next 1 or 2, 3 weeks. So we cannot really organize any event very quickly in the next couple of weeks. So we are trying to sort of get started. We're late and we don't want to uh, stay there. So we sort of ramp things up once the winter break is over. So our next best in-person event, which is hopefully not on a Saturday night, we try to host that on January, most likely. If we can find a space or a time in between, we would be able to sort of fit in an event in between. So you can sort of take those cool swags and show them off to your friends in the winter break. Uh, I want to do that before winter break, so we're not really sure where it's going to go. It's purely based on the interest of you guys who are going to participate in the club.
Got.
Yeah, cool. All right, if that's all, I'm going to end this call in 1 or 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, this is one last call. I'm not. I promise I won't ask this question again. I think I've done that multiple times already. It's almost like I'm begging you guys to ask questions. All right. If that's all, let me open up the Q&A here just in case. Oh, this one's there. In case. I am assuming that's all for this call today, and I will not take any more seconds of your precious weekend. You guys rock. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the next in-person event. Have a great time, you all. Make sure you follow the links that we shared in the chat before you drop off. And for those of your friends who might have missed the session, we will send out key takeaways of the session, a sort of a summary. Every time we conduct an event, this is going to be there. We follow up with key takeaways on our socials. So if you join our platforms, oh, I got a new question. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. You're welcome. We're supposed to do this. So that's all. You guys have a fantastic weekend. And so will I. Bye, everyone. I'm ending the call right now.